Okay, thank you and welcome back again. This is actually Flashlight Online TV show, your number one interview TV show. And to continue with Mr. Ndiso on various questions that were asked by my colleague, and you answered them very well. Mwea and Makema, we have some divisions in terms of administration. There's I don't know if it's true. You need to maybe tell us whether these are allegations, because people are saying Makema is huge, Mwea is also huge, and they need to be subdivided.
Oh, thank you. I think, like I said before, I'm one person who has a lot of interest in my place, and
yes,
when Makema being marginalized, I don't give it a back face. I give it a first face. So,
sure.
I know various agitation processes have been done since 1997, when people have been asking for the establishment of new sublocations and locations.
Yes.
To be precise, these are things I've involved myself in a way, of course, with other teams, not me.
Yeah.
You can't do things alone. Public matters are never done by one person.
Yes.
So we went with a team, the county commissioner, Mbivu,
yeah,
some times back. Actually, the professional team, and we sought to be given audience on various matters to our place. I've been a coordinator in that issue. And we actually requested to have this, and which is a process which we started. And we said, as per 2019 census, which population so indicates. If from where, for example, you find we have over 33,000 people, from Makema around 28,000. We have a population base of 63,000 approximately. Where Makema's landmass is almost 342 square kilometers, with only one chief, one location, chief, one location. A chief shares same office, same coverage area with an assistants. With an NCC.
Yes.
From where, again, the population equally high. And that, again, we also have only two locations. So, moving forward, after consulting with the interior offices, of course, the DC's office and the county commissioner's office, we found that the reports had been written, but we did a report on 20th October, that which covered the current population data as per 2019 census, indicating the request for additional other locations. For Makema, they requested for 3 additional locations. For Mwea, we requested for 4. How? We currently have Karaba and Riakanau. For Karaba, they suggested, actually it's a public issue, we consulted the public, and the public agreed to have in Karaba another one location, which is Wachoro. So that now we have Karaba location and we have Wachoro location.
Yes. With
associated sub-locations. Then again, Riakanau, we also have another additional location, which this location will be named Gategi. We have already done those requests. For Makema, they also have done some other 3 locations, that is Makema, Bondoni, and Mbivu locations. And we forwarded that, and we are sure very soon. Actually, I even went back to the county commissioner office, and they said they are very supportive of what they were doing, and that they have already done their reports. So we are only waiting for approval and see what can happen. I'm sure very soon, or sooner or later.
Yes.
We have an appointment with the CS. I may not know when we'll get that opportunity, but I'm sure. Because the government is committed to really giving us these units, we'll get an opportunity to have these approvals done.
Sure.
So I'm sure it's a process that we're just going, and I'm in it.
Yes.
By the way, I'm not in the side of it, I'm at the center of it, and it's true. On Friday, actually, we were seeking to see him. We could not clear, and I'm sure this week you'll hear something good. So we are there for our people.
Speaking on the same, if BBI was to go through, you would have fought for Mwema constituency. Now that BBI failed, or it was objected or stopped by the courts, did you stop the process of maybe having Mwema being a constituency by itself?
A process never stops when there are wise people.
Yes.
What are we doing? When we increase the units, and we talk about, actually in our report, we have also requested for a sub-county.
Yeah.
What exactly are we doing? We are trying to lessen the weights, the pressures, so that it is easier for us to even lobby for that constituency. That's it.
Yes. You said, you said,
That's it.
you said you are only a contractor in Makema, but you seem to be so much informed. You know so many things. You are in it. It's like I even heard you're acting like the PA to Zangi himself. Tell us about that.
I've never acted as PA to Zangi. He's only a friend. Just like MCA Moya, he's also my friend. I also meet him all the time. I mean, it's just insinuation. People just say, you know, there's no. I'm informed
because remember, there's a time we talked about. I had an interview show, and people were complaining. Ndiso and Zangi are the guys who are making Makema actually not look. Actually, they are putting things, they are hiding things, they are not pushing for things. You too.
Now, I would want to say this.
Yes.
And to clear the air.
Yes.
I'm not a PA to Zangi. We are friends.
Okay.
And I like the way he does things. Say it as it is. The public in Makema is always informed on what is happening in the area.
Yes.
Ask the Makema people, they will tell you they are aware. Because he owns public barazas.
Yes.
I rarely see them in my mind. I'm sorry to say that. However, even if they do, they don't address teething issues. So, being a friend to Zangi has nothing to do with
you address the teething.
Yes, you address teething issues, and you always be identified. The name will be all over. If you are addressing the most emotive subjects, why not? The others just hide somewhere.
Yes.
They want to play cool, play, you know, play cool, play, you know,
soft
I don't know,
games.
soft games. No, you don't play soft games in leading people.
Yes.
In an area where you are marginalized, you are being tapped on it.
Yes.
Face it as it is. Don't hide don't tag your head in the sand.
Sure.
I mean, address it as it is. I'll be mentioned.
On the on the issue of land, the scheme, you had lawyers. Who was the main lawyers? Which lawyers did you contract? Because there was an issue about lawyers. Some lawyers were not paid, others were paid. Can you tell us?
Let me say this. The contracts between lawyers was not about me. It was with Tuamundo and the residents of Mwema.
Okay.
To be very clear and straight on point. And these lawyers, me as part of the professional team, we only act as a team to guide. And the people were being represented by the lawyers. To start with,
yes.
we and our own, who was handling this petition 1 of 2014, which touches on my settlement scheme.
Which lawyer?
That is Nzioki
Yes.
and company.
Yes.
And Nzioki, of course, at some point, he felt he doesn't want... He actually played a very good role. He made sure we got enjoined in the petition, that is in 2019.
Yes.
Before his enjoinment, we had to do a lot of public lobbying. Because there was a lot that was happening. And of course, we started with the teams. They came together because we wanted to save at least more settlement scheme.
Yes.
Zioki came on board, on a record, and he was actually he was committed by the people to serve them, to serve their interests, and he went to court. He made sure we were enjoined. True to the point, we were enjoined in the matter, and that is now how we came now to start holding those people who have been holding us hostage. Now we are now started moving or rolling the game.
Was he paid?
Now he was paid, of course.
Because I remember there is a time on social media guys were saying you guys paid the lawyers.
The point is, and that's why I want to say it clearly and categorically.
Yes.
Who was to pay them? Who was to give the money?
Yeah.
The money was supposed to be paid, given by everybody. Those who have interest. The money is contributed by the residents squarely lies in the accounts of Pamono officials. There are 6. Ndiso is not a party. He's not a member of the secretariat. They were appointed by the people, actually publicly. As pertains what they paid the lawyer, they can give the details very well. As pertains who they paid, they can give that. But one thing is for sure, because I've walked a long journey with Nzioki on this.
Yes.
We literally looked for money all over so that we can facilitate our lawyer. The business about going around and talking to who, I will not want to mention names, literally came because we were people who sat somewhere and said, our people will go to the docks. So what do? We have to search for money literally, because what the community was giving was not enough also to pay the lawyer. So who was to pay the lawyer? Was it Ndiso and Zangi? No. It was the public to foot bill on legal redress and pay the lawyers involved. As to whether the lawyer was not paid, I never got a note to the effect that he was not paid. The only thing I know is that at some point he opted to drop.
He opted to drop.
He opted to drop the matter.
Yeah.
He wrote a letter to the effect that he feels he wants to drop out the matter. But because the public could not be left like that, we had to look for alternatives. You see, people who wenye wanatafutia watu wakienda wakifika wakigonga mwamba na kitu fulani, they don't leave it. They move on. We walked around and Honorable Nyoto again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He came in to say, oh, if the lawyer has dropped, we even had a meeting. If the lawyer is feeling like dropping, well, but before that, we had to sit with Nzoki. Then Honorable Nyoto chose on Camino, and we made the two sit together. And they opted to sit together and move on with the matter. So
Camino came in later?
Yes, Camino came in later. Okay. Actually, Camino came in some time back last year to handle the matters with Nzoki, the two of them.
Okay.
And so because Honorable Nyoto went to the public and told them, now there is no more contributions of money. Because this business about people giving out money was so now sitting. You know, I see people writing in social media and I feel these people is just that they are just doing their party policy because they don't feel the pain.
Yes.
The pinch they don't feel it.
Yes.
But Honorable Nyoto opted to pay the lawyers. The two of them, of course, they are paid procedurally, you know, and they started moving. Well, at some point, Nzoki was not very comfortable, and he opted for his own reasons, which I cannot talk on his behalf.
Yes.
He opted to drop. Then, of course, Camino is on record.
Yeah.
And that is why, as we talk today, we have a pending appeal in Nyeri, which is supposed to be heard by Camino, and dates are the ones that are now seeking for fixing of dates. Yes. So that matter can be heard. It is actually supposed to address on that consent that saw issuance of those titles of 2016.
Okay.
On the other remaining adjudication areas, that is Karaba, Riakanau, and Makema.
Yes.
Already the court has given a date
for the issuance.
For the lawyer has requested in his responses.
Yes.
Issuance of those titles under some conditions. We know there are various issues in these adjudication sections. We know we have absentee landlords.
Yeah, sure.
In those adjudication sections.
Yes.
So it is crafted in such a way that we want the titles being issued, those that have no issues, and those that have issues, first of all, to just pend it.
Yeah.
But the lawyer has requested and the date has been given. That is for January 20th. For those that want to know what is be happening, let them begin on the matter. The matter will come.
Okay.
Sometimes last year, we got a vacation order. The applicants in this matter, like I said before, my interview, they got an orders of restraining issuance in 2011. So last year, as the matter was moving on, we got a vacation order of those orders that were given. So what we investigated and asked ourselves, then what is holding these titles? We had a lot of hullabaloo on what is happening and what is happening. But then we came to realize, we were undevised legally, that what is remaining is to get an order. That court that vacated, that court that vacated should give an order to the registrar to issue titles.
Yes.
Then we follow it up. So the lawyer now is back on it so that he can get those orders to have those titles issued. I'm sure
by January
20th.
Yes.
They will listen to our prayers and we will have our titles issued. We will get the order. Once we get the order, of course, we will serve it to the registrar and we will be ready. Government, of course, I'm very sure is ready to support us. In any case, government wants us to live well. I'm sure.
So there is also on the same issue, you had a debate, a very hot debate on social media on the issue of maps. What happened?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh,
what happened?
Oh yeah.
Because I saw some very hot debate.
You know these debates.
On maps that were purchased, and I don't know if people contributed.
People want to make noise out of nothing.
Tell us.
It was not about maps with Matthew. It was about people wanting the map so that a process that we were running, we went to Wachoro for your information. Me, Honorable Zangi, Nyotro, and others.
Sure.
And we were running a process so that Wachoro titles were issued. And the only way Wachoro titles would be issued, we were looking for a way. So we said, okay, which are these parcels? You guys go and buy your maps. Once you buy your maps, bring the maps. Once you bring the maps, we will sit on it. Then once we sit on it, we will decide what is going to happen. The team that was acting, because there are people from the registrar's office who are handling that, they say, let us get the maps. These people, actually at that time, they wanted to go and buy maps in Embu. They went in Embu. They came, actually they found me there. And I was just doing my own things. And then I said, oh, we've come to buy the maps like you requested, but now we have found that there is no electricity here. So what do we do? And then we are also told that we cannot be given these maps to take them out there. I told them, maybe unless you seek permission from the regional surveyor who was not in that day. And then you guys move on, then you can come another day. Then they said, but Ndiso, we went to the office, actually. They said, but Ndiso, let's do this. Because you are the one who is handling these things with the people who are doing it. Let us just leave it to you. Buy the maps at your own time. And they actually send the money to me. That is true. They sent me money so that I can buy the maps for them, so that I can take to other people who now are trying to craft ways. Later, that was Corona time. By the way, that was around 2020, last year, yes, sometimes in September. I remember all. So Corona, you know, you are not holding. Sure. I came to Nairobi, I delivered the maps to the necessary office, the people who are doing it. They looked at it, it was purely consultational, and then the methodology they came up with, I told them, this one may even mess this people. Well, this is not what I sit on every other day. You know, maps I left with them, and then I said, oh my God, even maps for Majoro and maps for Makema, actually. And then somehow along the way, then I realized this guy who was handling this has misplaced the maps again. But I told them, just look for them, because me, there is nothing else we are supposed to do. But I had an obligation to get back to the people and tell them which way forward on the matters they have before the court. Because their argument is they have been on these parcels called absentee landlord parcels. But I was advised by some consultants that for these people to win their matter, they have to prove to the courts before any reasonable doubt that they have been there. Of course, the law says if you've been there and deserved for 12 years, that is okay. But then you have to prove to the court. How do you prove to the court? You have to. I went, actually, when I realized these maps, jamaa naye nikamwambia tafuta hizi maps nipelekea watu, but nikatumiwa message by our Wachoro, the officials. Nikaona message, nikaona, oh, these guys are having a meeting here. Then let me go. Then I also tell them what is there. I went there myself. In fact, they are not calling me for maps, by the way. It is me who volunteered to just go to them and tell them, by the way, gentlemen, mimi nilipewa 14,000 yen. Na ilikuwa maps. Na maps nitawaletea. Lakini method ile niliambiwa itawasaidia ni hii. Na nika promise their leaders that nitawatumia hiyo consultative write up on how they need to proceed that. I did it. Then when I did it, only to find me, you know, sometimes I don't look at this social media all the time. I'm busy on other things. I cannot be checking on social media. Only to find, actually after I left them, they went, I told them I will have the maps, and then after I went, see me nimeenda tu Ndiso too comfortably. I was with them on a Saturday. On a Saturday, I was them. Mimi ndio nilienda kusema maneno ya maps niko nazo. Na nitaenda niangalie mwenye nilipea, because naye nampigia na niambia nitatafuta hizi maps, nitafanya nini. But nikawaambia no, the map, but the methodology that you guys are supposed to do is this one. That morning, I just forwarded, because I promised to forward that. I forwarded that to Mose on his WhatsApp on what they need to check so that they can talk to their lawyer. And I told them, if you get a chance, I can also talk to your lawyer maybe and explain more. And I told them the quotation you see there, because they are for big parcels, just call me and I will come and maybe simplify for you. It will cost you less money. You have a choice to choose on who does it for you, because it is purely a consultant surveyor who should do that. so that they can prove that. Because once they do that, let me tell you for your information, it is possible through Google Maps to get exact position of how land was on a date that you want. On a date that you want, through Landsat and Sentinel technologies. I told you the other day I was participating in surveying public participation in Mbivu. That is those are some of the things that we were talking about. So it is possible, and I wanted to tell them, you guys, it is possible for you to do this. So for the maps.
Yeah, these guys want.
So for the maps, I just wonder what is the story? What is the story about maps? Unless there is somebody who has funny stories. Which funny stories? I have no interest. You know, some battles and better be ignored to you don't have vision.
Sure.
If the people are misled by the naysayers that they think about maps are not anything. Even if they are misplaced, what is it? They are enough. I even told them clearly. If I don't get them, if they are misplaced wherever it is, just do me a favor. Get me the numbers of the blogs, so that I was busy actually. On Friday I was supposed to go. I couldn't. I was in a meeting somewhere the whole day.
Yes.
Which I could not go home. Actually, I could not go home. I'm here now.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'm supposed. So if I don't get the, because I talked to that guy.
So you promised them you will give them the
and
maps.
It is me who went there. Even I wondered where is this story coming from. I was with these people over the weekend. Ni mimi nijipeleka.
Yes.
Messenger hii hata niliandikwa mimi. Ilikuwa imeandikwa tuko na meeting ya kuongea kesi na then by coincidence nikasema these guys are meeting. Let me go and explain to them about their maps and the methodology that they are supposed to use to prove adverse possession.
Sure.
I went to them. They were very happy. Then from there now, only to see some things in social media. Those were people just making their own fun. These are some of the small things that people make people drop bags. I am not the kind of person. I will not relent.
Yes.
I will always keep guiding their leadership.
Yes.
If they will not want, of course, you don't force yourself. You just leave it, but you'll tell them, I meant well. I'm a leader who doesn't die hard. I always like guiding.
Sure.
And I always be there to guide them. For maps, it's a small story. I don't even know. So there are people playing around. I couldn't see. There are people who are fond of warrior. What are they called? Keyboard warriors. They have all the time to keep writing. Don't offer solutions. Offer solutions. Period.
Yes.
If you don't offer solutions, then don't write.
So guys, Ndiso has promised the maps.
Yeah.
They will get them.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for following us in this story, in this show. And I believe we will invite you now when you will be ready to say that you are campaigning.
Yes.
Because campaign period has not yet been opened.
Yes.
And when it is open, you are always welcome to come and tell your people what actually you have for them. So the race is hot. Go there, jipange sawa sawa, and we believe God will give you wisdom.
Thank you
so much, and God bless you.
Thank
See
you.
ya.